What if a simple radio signal could mean the difference between life and death? What if, in the middle of a storm, when phones fail and power goes out, a quiet voice on the air becomes your only warning? In Canada, a land of vast wilderness and extreme weather, that voice has saved countless lives. Canada is known for its breathtaking landscapes, endless forests, towering mountains, and frozen tundra. But behind that beauty lies a harsh reality, some of the most unpredictable and dangerous weather on Earth. Blizzards that can bury entire towns, tornadoes that appear without warning, ice storms that paralyze cities. For decades, Canadians needed a reliable way to stay informed, no matter how remote they were. Before modern technology, weather warnings were slow and inconsistent. People relied on newspapers, word of mouth, or scheduled radio broadcasts, but storms don't wait for schedules. Everything changed in the mid-20th century. In the 1950s and 60s, scientists and government agencies began exploring ways to broadcast continuous weather information. Inspired by systems in the United States, Canada started developing its own dedicated weather radio network. This effort was led by Environment Canada, the country's official weather authority. Their mission was simple but powerful: create a system that could broadcast real-time weather updates 24/7 directly to the public, even in the most remote areas. The birth of Weather Radio Canada. By the 1970s, Canada officially launched Weather Radio Canada. This wasn't just another radio station, it was something entirely different. Weather Radio Canada provided continuous weather forecasts, severe weather alerts, and emergency warnings, all broadcast on special radio frequencies that anyone could access with a weather radio receiver. Unlike regular radio, these broadcasts never stopped. Day or night, summer or winter, the signal was always there, quietly waiting. How it saved lives. The real power of weather radio came from its alert system. Special receivers could be programmed to stay silent until danger approached. When a tornado warning, blizzard alert, or flood emergency was issued, the radio would suddenly come to life with a loud alarm. Imagine sleeping peacefully in a rural Canadian town, and suddenly a piercing tone cuts through the silence. A voice follows. Severe weather warning. Take shelter immediately. That warning could give you minutes, sometimes seconds, to act, and those moments could save your life. Facing Canada's harshest storms. Canada's geography makes weather communication extremely difficult. Remote communities in places like the Arctic or deep forests often have limited internet or cell service. In these regions, weather radio became a lifeline. During massive events like ice storms in Ontario or blizzards in the prairies, power lines fall and communication systems fail, but battery-powered weather radios keep working. That reliability turned Weather Radio Canada into one of the most trusted emergency systems in the country. Evolution in the digital age. As technology advanced, so did weather radio. The system expanded to cover most populated areas of Canada, with transmitters placed strategically across the country. It also integrated with modern alert systems, including Emergency Alert System Ask broadcasts, smartphone alerts, and television interruptions. But even in the age of smartphones and apps, weather radio remains essential. Why? Because it doesn't depend on internet access. It doesn't crash during network overloads, and it works when everything else fails. Legacy and importance today. Today, Weather Radio Canada continues to operate as a silent guardian. Millions of Canadians may never hear it, but when they do, it matters. In a world filled with advanced technology, sometimes the simplest tools are the most reliable. A small radio, a steady signal, a warning voice in the dark. Because when the storm comes and the world goes quiet, that voice on the radio might be the only thing standing between you and disaster.